Hi, my name is January Richards, and this is my presentation on the life and art of Martin Puryear. The objective of my presentation is to highlight key details of Martin Puryear's early life that shaped him to be the sculptor that he is today, identify his artistic influences and motives behind his artwork, and to showcase the artwork of Puryear to demonstrate his refined craftsmanship that he's known for. Martin Puryear is an African-American man born May 23, 1941 in Washington, D.C. Being born around the onset of the Civil Rights Movement and social and political debates in this country at the time, Martin Puryear received early exposure to the segregation and racial discrimination towards African Americans. He came from a family that valued education, with his father being a dentist and his mother a librarian. They both encouraged intellectual stimuli and educated him on cultural heritage, social awareness, and African American traditions that influenced his artistic curiosity. In the 1960s, Martin Puryear began studying painting and printmaking at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. But later, he developed an interest in three-dimensional work because of his spirit of inquiry into craft traditions. During these academic years, Puryear focused fully on comprehension of materiality and form, while also learning simple techniques and contemporary artistic ideas. While under apprenticeships and further artistic study, he leaned into traditional woodworking techniques for their historical significance. Puryear went on to graduate with his Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from the Catholic University in 1964. He made the decision to travel overseas to further his education in Europe. Puryear enrolled at the Royal Swedish Academy of Arts in Stockholm during 1964 to 1966. Taking advantage of his time in a unique environment, Puryear decided to travel across Europe to expose himself to other cultures and museums and indigenous communities. The influence to explore creative expression emerged for Puryear as a child when he became intrigued with woodworking through his family and community. Woodworking is one of the traditional craftsmanship techniques of African and indigenous cultures. His Europe exploration led Puryear to delve into Scandinavian design principles, which highlight harmony with nature. He explored different art movements, such as minimalism and abstract expressionism, that defined the aesthetics of European art. While in Europe, he had opportunities to collaborate with established artisans and craftsmen who taught him techniques such as joinery, a method connecting wood pieces to joints, and carving. With these new techniques, he deepened his understanding of design and craftsmanship and how to implement his knowledge into his art style. These next few slides will be showcasing sculptures by Martin Puryear. Through these works, Puryear demonstrates a keen knowledge of woodworking techniques as well as displaying his skill in manipulating complex geometric and organic forms. On the left is his piece Vessel, created from 1997 to 2002. His piece Vessel was assembled with eastern white pine, mesh, and tar. This sculpture displays an abstract form that translates as a ship as the neck tilts upward. In the middle of the openwork structure is an ampersand to fill the interior, confined to the surrounding wooden container. One widely discussed interpretation of this artwork is that it highlights human trafficking and slavery. The symbol is seen as trapped and crouched uncomfortably in an unescapable cell on a ship crossing the Middle Passage. On the right, his work On the Tundra, created 1986. This piece was first casted in iron and later addressed in wood, glass, white marble, and bronze for color variety, as the color of falcons vary as well. The work portrays an abstract representation of a hooded falcon sitting on a rock, as the inspiration behind this piece is Puryear's own obsession of birds. Its meaning is drawn from the identities of African Americans along with nomadic societies and how they compare to falcons and their long-distance migratory patterns. These next two pieces are Alien Huddle and Self. On the left, Alien Huddle was created in 1993 to 1995. It is created with red cedar and pine wood using cold molding technique, usually used for building boats. The concept does not regard actual aliens and is more a metaphor for embracing a new entity. Puryear's inspiration for this piece came from the birth of his daughter. Undertaking labor and birth, building a new relationship, and creating a family were the interpretations Puryear wanted to express through this piece. The sculpture on the right is Self. Created in 1978, this is one of his first award-winning exhibitions. It was entered into the Whitney Museum of American Art in 1979. This large wooden sculpture, symbolizing a human figure, is what led a breakthrough for Puryear's career. This piece displayed his innovative style of combining simple form with cultural symbolism. Next, on the left, we have Noblesse O from 1987. It is created in red cedar wood and aluminum paint. This artwork is an 8-foot-tall inverted funnel meant to create contrast between natural and man-made form in relation to the materials used. While the concept for this piece is rather simple, the form itself is intriguing. This piece is currently displayed in the Dallas Museum of Art. On the right is Big Bling, created in 2014. It was originally a print and later was recreated into a 3D masterpiece. In New York's Madison Square Park sat one of his most famous pieces. It stands at 40 feet tall and is also one of his most largest sculptures. Made from scaled wood, wrapped in fine chain-link fence and gold leaf shackle, this work of art was showcased in Madison Square Park's 33rd Public Art Exhibition. It showed that Puryear was able to translate themes that visually convey personal objectives to diverse spectators. Lastly, we have a print on the right called Phrygian from 2012. This print was made from etching with aquatint and dry point on white paper. A Phrygian cap is historical headwear worn by enslaved African Americans who wished for freedom in 1790s. Though these hats date back to French Revolution as well, symbolizing liberty. In 2014, Puryear recreated this print three-dimensionally, and it became Big Phrygian. This rendition was carved from red cedar wood and painted in red Japanese ink. Throughout his career, his three most notable awards are the MacArthur Fellowship from 1982, the National Medal of Arts from 2011, and the Golden Lion at the Venice Biennale in 2019. Not only do his groundbreaking achievements show his refinedness, but it also exemplifies his impact that expanded the boundaries of what is seen as art in modern day. With his art, he has and always will continue to express his cultural identity, engage in social and political activism, and convey personal life experiences using symbolism and push the boundaries of materials in three-dimensional art.